So Ark Survival Evolved have just released this new image for the next TLC update. As you can see, is the Stegosaurus. And as you can see, the Stegosaurus is looking a lot better than it did before. So this is obviously with the new TLC update. I did a video with the Mammoth, but they've actually released some more information on the Mammoth TLC as well. And they've released more information on the Stego as well. So we're going to be going through that today. So these are all the Stego abilities. So you can see there's backplate modes, which has got different modes. So it's got hardened plate, which applies a damage reduction buff and prevents riders from being dismounted by enemies. Wood harvesting benefits apparently. So so I don't really know what that was. But then we've got heavy plate mode and sharpen mode. So you can read those if you want. I believe these are like different modes, so you can kind of like swap them in and out, and that will give you different abilities depending on like those little shells on its back, not shapes, plates on its back. And then there's a new attack, which is the tail whip, impaling tail whip, and it says the ability to impale and immobilize players or smaller creatures. I believe you could pick up stuff with your tail, kind of like the smaller Stego thing, the Kintro, and I think that's pretty cool. And you can kind of like impale them with your tail, so that's pretty cool. Okay, so this next one is the Mammoth, and it's got a lot of new abilities. So first is the War Drum Saddle, which gives you 1 extra slot, and then it gives you another buff when you play the drums, but I'll talk about that a little bit later. Next is the Tusk Sweep, so it's basically sits there and kind of moves its tusk left and right. I think it already does that, but it says it's new, so I'm just going to say it's new. Next is the Trumpet, and then it says it's basically a roar with your trunk, and that will give a debuff to anything, which makes it'll make things worse. So I'm guessing if the other team has a Tyrannus, then it'll just make them better. But I guess if it can be good for making enemies not as good, which that means the Mammoth would actually be pretty good for boss fights if it did work like on a boss or its minions. And then next is the Mammoth Rears Up. So it basically stands on 2 legs and then stomps both of its legs into the ground for that foot stomp attack, which is really cool. And there's a trunk grab where you basically grab somebody with your trunk, and it says it is similar to the Carcanos's grab, where it grabs you with its claws, but this one is grabbing you with its trunk, obviously, because that's what it says. So that is all the new stuff for the Mammoth, and you can go read through that if you want, make sure. But yeah. So that is all of the things that has been released in this TLC. I'm pretty sure it's only 2 dinosaurs that they're making a TLC with, which is fine with me. I don't really care that much, but I think it is pretty cool. So obviously the Mammoth and the Stego, they're giving a lot of those a ton of new abilities, so it's kind of like you got less dinos, but these new dinos that they're doing have more abilities and stuff like that, so it's going to make them more useful. But if you guys did enjoy or found this helpful, then make sure to leave a like and also subscribe. But thanks for watching, and bye.